All right, guys, I'm out here, this beautiful surroundings. And I'm sorry, but I couldn't help but do a video really. This is more like my own therapy, if I'm being honest, when it comes to Man United, because as a United fan for many years, obviously I follow the team. And, I follow the fan channels, the football fan channels out there. You got, United View. Back in the days, we had Full-Time Devils. We got the new ones, United People's TV. We've got all of them, Stephen Howson, all of them. And, and I enjoy some of it. But I have to say, recently, I've had to kind of just block a lot of these channels because basically it's like it's playing with your mental health in a way, you know what I mean? Like, I would advise all football fans to think about that. Let me take these off. Because all it's about is views, clicks, and sort of rants, causing division. I see a lot of these channels do that, and I know that's a tactic to build a channel, is to have a divisive opinion. So you've got a lot of these channels that they're being controversial for the sake of being controversial. So because that brings it brings more subscribers, it brings more followers, and brings more attention to what you're doing. If I make a video saying how United's my favorite, no, it's all positive, people ain't going to watch that video as much as they're going to watch a video where someone's pointing out problems and being quite negative. And I'm not saying there isn't a place for criticism, because there definitely is. I mean, that's part of football, to have criticism and whatnot. I'll say straight from the off, I'm not one of these Ten Hag outers that they call themselves. It's funny, they've created a club, and you even got a name for it. It's like a little tribe, But basically, my view on it is, I understand frustration of fans and stuff like that about recent results, and obviously the team hasn't started the season as well as some people had hoped. I'd say partly some of that is because of probably unrealistic expectations as well. When you think about the team as it is now, we've had so many changes from last year, because we basically got rid of, I think, over 10 players. I can't name them all off the top of my head, so sorry, but I know there's some big players in there. Scott McTominay, he was a big one. And I know a lot of people didn't really like him, another divisive player. But actually, Scott was actually quite important, not only on the pitch, but also in the dressing room. So he was a leader, he was a captain. He actually captained Man United. So that's not a lot of people can say that. That's how big Scott McTominay was as a person, and his personality in the dressing room was quite massive. So you've got all those changes that had happened from last year, which fans wanted. I think you find as well, when it comes to fan opinion, it's very polarized. So, online, it seems like the fans are completely different to fans are, say, at the stadium. I'm trying to vlog and there's people walking past as well. But yeah, I think that the opinions are wild online. It's totally different to, say, if you go into the actual match, and I think people feel more freedom to be themselves when they're online. But they necessarily in real life, they wouldn't have that opinion. So I do find that a lot with fan channels and rants and whatnot. And let's bear in mind that as though these people do talk like they know football, they're all, they got their, marker boards out, tactics and oh, well, he should play this formation, he should play Bruno like this, or, you know, they've never actually done it in real life. So that there's a big difference with that. So you've got people coming online now talking like they know a lot about football when actually they've never done it in real life. So doing it in real life and doing it online and theoretically is a completely different thing. So for me, I don't necessarily. I know fans are important to a football club, and they're definitely what, you know. They pay the players, they support the stadium, they keep the club going. But it doesn't make them experts on what should happen next, because a lot of fans, they're very emotional. So like if something happens, you know, fans just react emotionally, and especially online, it seems to be even worse. We live in a day and age where people are very reactionary, polarized. You know, you see it in politics, and people they react irrationally, you know, and I think that's becoming more and more popular. We saw the rise of Arsenal Fan TV, and that was how a lot of this started. It became a trend to come online and do a view cam where you're actually ranting and you're angry with the manager, you're angry with the team, and you know, Arsenal Fan TV sort of started that as a trend. Obviously, Arsenal are in a much better, well, we say in a much better place now. The team is doing well, so there's a lot less, you know, manager out videos and whatnot. So they're a bit more stable now. But it seems like that bug has been passed on to Manchester United fans. And, you know, maybe it's just the high influx of London fans as well, because maybe it's a London thing. And I'm not trying to get too much at Londoners, but you know, I think in London, things do move very quickly, and I think that they are very much used to this hire and fire culture where, like, if somebody does something wrong, you just fire them, you know, because there's so many, oh, we can just get somebody else, you know. Whereas, as say in other cities, it's not so much like that. I think that, like, you would probably, like in other cities, they would probably think twice about it. But in London, it's cutthroat. It's like New York, you know, it's that kind of mentality of, oh, he's not good enough, just fire him, we'll get somebody else, you know. And I think that culture has definitely come to Man United. Because I would say when I first watched fan cams back in the day, it wasn't like that. You know, fan cams were not all about, weren't so divisive. But I feel like they are now. They're really kind of polarizing, and it's like, you know, people make a name for themselves from it. You know what I mean? So it's profitable. So why wouldn't you do it? You know, I could come on here and be like, yeah, the manager should get out, and he's an idiot. He's, you know, be all personal and disrespectful, and that would probably get this video way more views. You know, but I don't do that because I know I want the best for the team. I don't just want the best for United. I couldn't care less who watches this video or if you like it, or I think I do this because of my own mental health and my own, I mean, I've got children and I'm trying to, you know, my children are United fans as well, and I want them to have a balanced view of football and to not think, oh, because especially when you've got kids and you're trying to explain that you can't always win. You don't always win every match. You know, otherwise these kids are not going to support United. They're going to support City or Liverpool or Arsenal or someone else that's more that's winning more games. It's not, football's not, it is about winning, but it's okay to lose. It's okay. You learn from losing, you know, and I feel like that fans now, they actually are not okay with losing, you know, which is mad. Like, we lose one game, or draw one game, and it's a crisis. It's crazy. It's absolutely madness. And I know that the manager and the players will say, oh, we understand the culture of Man United, because that's what they have to say. But I'm sure in their gut, deep down, they think this is ridiculous. Like, why would you want to live in such an environment? Even Real Madrid don't even have that culture. You know, even Real Madrid, it's not like the manager loses 1 or 2 games and his job is in danger. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't even happen in the Bernabeu or in Barcelona. But only at Man United does that culture exist. It's so weird. It's just so, everything just seems, and it's like you're constantly in this state of uncertainty, you know, about the manager, about the players, so you're constantly, and if you care about the team or you care about Man United, that's not good. Constantly in a state of like drama, just around the corner, there's drama, and that's what it is if you keep up with the football channels, because that's all you're going to get. United win the next 3 games, they lose the next one, it's Ten Hag out time again. It's so divisive, and if you're a football fan, it's hard to enjoy it anymore, because for me, that's the manager. The manager's there. Why are we constantly trying to change the manager? And what these football experts don't understand is that if you get a new manager now, that's even more change. So we've already brought in like 6, 7 players or whatever it is, new players to integrate into the team. Now you want to bring a new manager into the team. That's too much change. So now we're really going to finish mid-table, because the new manager might not get to grips with things that quickly. He will need time. And then you're adding more time. So now, okay, Ten Hag has his expectations this season after a couple of years. So we're getting to that point where the team is supposed to be really cooking. And that could happen still. But these fans don't want to see that happen. They want to throw everything in the bin and start again, because if you bring in a new manager, what's the first thing that's going to happen? He's going to want to change the players. So all the new players that came in this year potentially could be out next year, because he's not going to want to work with the same players. So all that buying in the summer means absolutely nothing, because now you have to go and buy another 6 players for the new manager. All the players that came in with an idea of, okay, I'm signing for United, I'm going to play, all of those people are now cancelled, because now there's a new manager, he's got different ideas. This is how crazy football is. You just try and think about it for a sec. It's actually a bit mad. You know what I mean? Like it's such a waste of resources, money, and time for so many people. But these fans don't care. They just want to see someone's head roll. You know what I mean? I think that will make them feel better. Like, yeah, Ten Hag's out now. Yeah, I was right. You know what I mean? I've been saying it since the beginning. That's what they want to feel. That's all they care about, is their own ego, is their own feeling of justification for their point of view. That's it. And that's all that matters to them. Oh, I was right all along. See, I was told you the manager's rubbish. That's all that matters. Not the club, not the future of the club. We can't keep being so unstable. Like, we have to stick with someone through hard times. That's life. You get ups and downs in life. And I think United have changed too many times managers. And it just means that we don't stick with anyone. We don't give anyone our full trust. So we always have to start again. So we'll be constantly in a state of transition, because basically the team will always be adjusting. Like when you get a new coach, you have to learn new things. You have to train differently. So you're asking the team now to train one way with Ten Hag now, and then now in the mid-season start a whole new way of training. It's absolute madness. And you wonder why we haven't won the league? There's no consistency. If you look at Liverpool, the reason, and they got a recent new manager, but they purposely did not go and buy new players. Why? They wanted consistency. They wanted a level of stability for the club. If you bring in new manager and new players, that is too much. Like, you bring a new manager and 6 new players, it's too much. It's like gambling at a casino. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you keep the same players that know each other, form partnerships, understand the club, love the club, they can at least keep a sense of stability whilst a new manager beds in. But United fans don't want to do that. They want to change everything at once. And I just think that's so fatalistic, I think is the term. It's fatalistic. It's not really, it's fate. It's like, oh my God, everything's wrong. Sack everybody. You know, it's like, no, just be patient. Just calm down. We've had bad starts to the season before. And then we recovered in the last half of the season. That's what happens. If we don't, then we don't. It's a bad season, and maybe at the end of the season they can review the situation and make a calm, measured decision. There are fans calling for the manager to be sacked, and they don't even know who they want to be in charge. There is no one else to manage. Who else? There's no one. But they just want the satisfaction that the manager's sacked. To me, it's just not football. This isn't about football. This is personal. This is personal beef. You know what I mean? And it's nothing to do with keeping the club stable. It's just to do with people's egos. And that's why I blocked a lot of the channels, because I don't want to hear it. And it did no disrespect to all of those, Flex and all the other fan channels and out there, United View, United Stand, all of them. They're all done a great job in terms of, how they've built their channels. I respect it, but I can't deal with the drama, man. I can't deal with it. You guys are constantly in a state of turmoil. There's always a crisis around the corner. I can't do that every week. Like I get worried about the team losing, not because of Man United. I'm actually getting worried because of the reaction online. I'm actually worrying about that more than I'm actually worrying about the league table. Like, I'm thinking, nah, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. It's people putting their personal problems into making it everyone else's problem, basically. They've got their own personal issues and they're putting it on other people, like the manager of Man United, like certain players at the club. Look at how they didn't like Scott McTominay. What a player. And he was great for us, but they didn't want him. Look at the difference. Look at Fred as well, the year before. They wanted McFred out, Like, look at the difference. All the players that actually care about the club, that actually care and actually give 110% on the pitch, they don't like. United fans don't like those players. They just want the techers players, so-called techie players, whatever technical means these days. I suppose it means that you can do an 80-yard pass. That means you're techers, or so they want all those players, but football doesn't work like that. Football's not just about technical ability. Football is also about passion, heart, desire, all these things, fire in your belly. You need those things. So, but these guys think it's all about just having these technical players. But you can see that it doesn't do any good. All these players that the fans are crying out to be in the team, at the end of the day, these players are going to end up being the next players that they want out the club. So Ugate's come in now, and I can tell you now that it won't be long before they will want Ugarte out, and he's not good enough. You know what I mean? So all these players that are being, okay, oh, we need to go get this guy or that guy from the club, from this team. It's not really helping. So, but anyway, that's my rant over. And yeah, it's peak. But like I say, I continue to support my team, continue to watch the matches, continue to support the manager and the players. But it's just, I can't continue to follow all because the media's already got, they already want to be proved right as well. The media want to be proven right. They want to, be like, oh yeah, we see, Ten Hag isn't good enough, and that now you've got certain United channels that want to do that as well. Oh yeah, see, we told you he wasn't good enough. 2 trophies and it's still not good enough, so what can you do? The manager's won 2 trophies in 2 seasons. That's more than Arsenal have done. That's more than Liverpool have done in the last 2 years. And still, there's this, we've got to sack our managers all the time. You go figure. Anyway, peace.